Welcome to Paradox Jukebox, an unconventional podcast for the unconventional music lover, brought to you by Music on the Move Studios, a woman-led company working to help musicians move their careers forward through education and live events. So on the episode today, we have Miss Jenny Teator, a alternative rock artist, originally from Columbia, Missouri, and now lives in Nashville, Tennessee. She is a powerful vocalist. I would liken her a lot to Susan Tedeschi, who is also one of her big idols, and also Bonnie Raitt. But Jenny's voice is incredible. Her songwriting is absolutely incredible as well. She's had some new singles that she's released this year, but the single that I'm going to play for you today is called Black Cherry Heart. And if you're listening to this episode in the morning, grab yourself a little bit of coffee, because I know Jenny's going to have coffee when she listens to this. But if it is the evening, then do me and Jenny a favor. Grab yourself an old-fashioned, kick back, relax, and enjoy Black Cherry Heart by Jenny Teator. Welcome, everyone, to Paradox Jukebox. This is Caitie, your host, and I have with me the wonderful and amazing Jenny Teator. What's up, Fran?
What's up? Happy to be here.
Thanks, girl. It is so good to talk to you. I miss you so much.
I know. Me too. It's just not fair. You're too far from me. But,
I know.
You know.
Well, I'm sure that in the coming months, in the summer and the fall, I will be back down to Nashville quite more often, and we will have to go get tacos because that's what we do.
Yes, tacos all day. That's my thing.
All day, every day.
All day, every day.
All right, so talk to me, friend. You've been doing some pretty cool stuff down on Broadway lately.
Yes. So and honestly, I was the person I'm never gonna play Broadway, but. I was that girl, but I got the opportunity randomly. Like my drummer Kramer, he's like, "Hey, my buddy Cameron needs a duo partner. It's at Luke's 32 Bridge, Luke Bryan's bar, and would you want to do it?" I'm like, "Ooh, I mean, yeah, let's try it," because I've literally never played on Broadway before, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, all the bars use in-ear monitors, which is awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, I can hear myself. I don't over-sing because I can clearly hear myself. And they don't all want country. And I think that was the stereotype. I'm like, that intimidated me for Broadway. I'm like, I don't do a lot of country. I like it. I just don't write it or sing it a lot. And so it was kind of a good challenge for me. And I got in and it was fun. And I kind of wanted to do more. And they asked me for another one, and then I hit up the booker, and now I'm in that circuit of bars where he's booking me a few times, like 3 times a week. So that's been a lot of fun for me because I've learned so many covers now, and it is very cover-based for sure.
Yeah.
But I get to pick which covers I want to play. It's not like I'm learning covers that I don't want to sing. And even, Cameron, he's like, pick songs that you actually enjoy. Like, obviously, there's like some that you just don't want to do, but people want to hear it. And if they request and tip you $20, I'm going to sing it.
Heck yeah.
But, but I'm playing. I really haven't sang any songs that people have requested that I don't like. So it's been a lot of fun to kind of dig up some old country songs that I've done and just rock, classic rock, like literally everything. And it's fun. We just go back and forth and sing, and it's more acoustic gigs, but it's really fun to have a crowd sing along to your songs that you're singing. Like everyone's dancing, like music is back. And this kind of circuit has shown me that a little bit for sure on Broadway. Like everyone's just, we're back. So it's been a lot of fun for me to do that and a good challenge.
That's awesome. Well, good. That's
Yeah.
that's beautiful. I just, the last time I was in Nashville, things were finally starting to come back to life, and we were walking around down on Broadway, and it was just like, holy crap, like this city is
No.
alive again,
Yeah, for sure. It's back for sure.
That's awesome. So, okay, so talk to me. You were doing a little stint at BB King's for a minute there with Meg Williams, weren't you?
Yes. Yeah, that was really cool too. Like that was kind of out of not comfort zone, because I love to sing blues, but like it was like strictly blues there. It's BB King's.
Yeah.
So that was another good challenge for me too, but it was like so fun. We miss it. It closed down right before, that bomb that happened, but we were there September, October, November, and November is when it closed. So we played like two or three nights a week. And that was amazing. It was a nice like dinner crowd. Like people go to BB King's for dinner and a show. And so more tame, like classic blues hits, and it was a lot of fun. We did full band, and that was incredible. It was an incredible experience. I learned a lot of blues classics too, that it's just so easy for me to sing. Like I have this bluesy side of my voice that I got to tap into, and like soul hits. Like, oh man, we did some Aretha. Like it was a lot of fun. And even though I put out more towards rock, I still have a very soulful voice.
Yes.
So it's like, and so like that was kind of my bread and butter. I was like, man, these sets, when we did BB King shows and Bourbon Street, now we've been playing, like that is like in my wheelhouse, like vocally.
Sweet.
So much. I'm like, this is so much fun. Like it's no struggle at all. It's great.
That's awesome. Well, and as a fantastic, vocalist yourself, to hear you talk about how, you've had to kind of adapt, especially with doing these shows on Broadway, and then, then you get into the BB King's and Bourbon Street, where, that's your home. Like you are so rooted in the rock and the blues genres. It's awesome. And so when you guys first started getting those gigs, I was like, holy shit, that's so cool. I was so proud of the two of you, because that's where you belong. I mean, Bourbon Street, to me, Bourbon Street is one of the best bars in downtown to go and find the best players.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Excuse my language, but oh my God, Bourbon Street, when I first played, like so we started playing there after BB, so like this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I had never played there before, and honestly I don't think I had ever set foot in there. Like I don't know why. I know I lived here for 4 years. I'm like, I always tried or thought of going there, and it never happened. And so the first show we ever played was full band. It was like 6:30 to 9:30, like a great slot. And we absolutely slayed. Like some magic happened that night, because after the set, we were all just like, holy shit, we were on fire tonight. Like the energy in that room is unmatched.
Yeah.
Like unmatched. It is so fun. People come out to dance and listen to music. Like, and there's like this upper level where they're just like looking down on you, and I'm like pointing and being all sassy. Like I can be myself in that room, because we can be loud and like funny and weird, and I can talk to them. It is like absolutely hands down one of my favorite venues in Nashville.
Yep, I have to agree. And I've never played the stage, but every time I've ever walked into that bar, I have always had the time of my freaking life.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
So
well, you belong on a stage where you can talk to people and get your sassy on, because you're so entertaining when you do that shit.
It's too fun. Like it's just me. It just comes out on stage too. And then like I've had some people, like I realize that I do it, but some people are like, your like accent changes on stage. I'm like, I don't understand. I really don't know why. I'll be like, what's going on, everybody? Like I don't know. It just like it's like part of the sass. It's like my sassy accent that's like mixed with the twang. I don't know I can't explain it, but it comes out.
Well, you've been down in Nashville for 4 years, so I'm not shocked to hear that some of the Southern is rubbed off on you.
It's coming out. It's coming out. But it's
That
fun.
always happens, though. I
It
mean,
does. It does.
but it just adds to your charm on stage. So I just
Yeah.
say, roll with it, girl. You do you.
Oh, I'm doing me. I'll do it.
So, okay, one of the things that I really wanted to talk to you about are some of the songs that you've been releasing lately. Like, first of all, fucking Black Cherry Heart.
Yes.
That
It's fun,
song. Good God.
man.
Jenny, I just love that song so much. So can you talk about like, the concept behind the song and how that came to be?
Yeah. So of course I wrote it with Sky Claire. I write like every song on my album is gonna be with Sky Claire, pretty much. She's just like my go-to, and it's so easy with her to write. And she actually came up with the idea for this one. She was like, we got to talking about like protecting your heart, and after your heart is broken for the first time in your life, you hopefully don't wear your heart on your sleeve after that. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, I should probably be a little bit more careful next time, and protect it a little bit. So she came up with this idea that your heart becomes a black cherry, and there's a pit in the middle now. You're a little bit more hardened, and um it's still sweet. I'm still, something that's desirable, but it's still it's harder to get to me. So that's the gist of that one. And it started as a demo, and then I was like, no, I want to release this. So
Nice.
Red 13, finished it up, and they did so many good production elements, like the castanets on it. Oh, I love that. That's how it starts. The song starts with the castanet, and man choir. Like, I love those parts. Take a
Yes.
bite, black cherry. So it came out. That's honestly my favorite track that is out right now, for sure. Very proud of it. Yeah.
You should be. That's a fantastic song. Um, so I want to talk about Dark Angel as well.
Yeah.
So with this one, this is the one that you directed, correct?
Yes. Yeah. The music video for that one. Well, I did. So I kind of, I think I told you earlier, I got the itch for
Y-
directing. Like, I love coming up with my own storyline for a music video. That started with I think Rise Up was the first one that I did. I edited
Oh.
that. Yeah. I mean, it was, I put together the video, and then I sent it to this guy to do the lyrics, because it was a kind of a lyric video mixed with me
Mhm.
performing to the camera. Um, so that was the first time I'd really put together a music video. And, I was bored. It was during the pandemic. I'm like, I want to put something out. Maybe I'll do a music video that's lyric, but also me in it. Like, I don't want to just be lyric. So, I hit up my friend Daniel, or David, I'm sorry, and he had a studio, and we went there, and I told him what shots I needed, and he dumped it onto my laptop. So that was the start of it. And then after that, I was like, ooh, okay, it's still in the pandemic. Dark Angel came out. That started as just a write. I wrote it with Peter and Sky, and uh, he he produced the demo, and I was like, all right, well, I mean, I'd like to put this out. It's good. It's good enough to put out. Like,
Yeah.
why wait? I know it's a pandemic right now, but and then that started the music video, because I always want to do a music video for like every song. It's kind of a bad habit, but um, hey, let's do it. And what else am I doing right now?
Right. Yep.
So Sheridan was in this one, and I just came up with the whole, Dark Angel fantasy world kind of thing. And this girl, it literally talks about COVID being the Dark Angel.
Mhm.
And but the moral of the story is that it can take my breath, but it can't take my song. So, like, I'm still here. Like, even though this is a temporary thing, there's a dark angel out there that's taking us away from people, and literally taking away people's lives. But we will get through this, and I'm still gonna sing about it. So the music video was more of a fantasy side, where this dark angel, she's lost her heart, and that's why she's so dark. So she's always looking, she's collecting hearts, because she doesn't have her own, so she collects other people's hearts. And Sheridan plays the innocent one in white, You know, she's just gallivanting, and I'm like hunting her. And at the end of the video, we circle each other, and she hands me my heart, and I'm like, oh my god, you know, with grace, love always wins. So
Oh,
she was
wow.
nice enough to give me the heart, and she gave me my heart back, and I put it on my my little creepy like bird's nest thing at the end of the video. But so yeah, that was so much fun, just especially to involve Sheridan. She's one of my best friends, and you know, she was all about it. We went to a random cabin in the middle of the woods, and you know, DIY, you can do it.
That is
So
so cool. So,
yeah.
okay, so since it was a DIY kind of production, right?
Yes.
So how
Yep.
did you do it? Like, can you kind of walk us through the process of like, what kind of did you use phones or gimbals or like what did you use?
Oh yeah. So okay, so I came up with the storyline, but I need a videographer to do it. So I
Okay.
hired my friend Adam. He's been with me from the start. I keep using him because he's great. And he's so willing to be like, oh yeah, you can hire me and I'll just give you the footage. I mean, less work for him. I'm editing it.
Yep.
So I literally just needed somebody to know angles, know how to work a camera, and he is a videographer. So I hired him to shoot everything. I sent him a list of the shots from top to bottom, opening scene to ending scene, of what I want.
Wow.
He knows going into the video, okay, this is what we're working with. I have it printed out or on my phone so that we can go through them, and we just bang it out like opening scene. We started there. We shot the drums. I found this cabin on this website that, you know, there's a lot of like video locations where you can like rent out a place. I think it was like $80. It was cheap.
Nice.
It was some random cabin out in Tennessee, and it was creepy looking. Like it was so creepy. It was just this old cabin that they've used for creepy type video sets. So there was like an old TV. I mean, it was creepy. So,
Wow.
but it was also very buggy.
Yep.
Um, so we didn't really need much, like any props. I asked Peter, who produced the track. He's a drummer. I had him set up like 3 drums, like a very cocktail broken down kit. We did the performance shots. I asked him to swirl around me. I brought a microphone. I sang through the song a few takes. All right, that's good. And then we moved. I went on Amazon and bought some fake hearts. Like I went to Michael's and bought that little bird's nest. Like those were the props, really. I
Wow.
bought Sheridan her dress to use, and we totally returned it because, you know, that's yeah. Honest, full disclosure, we returned it. She ain't never gonna wear that again. But you know, and so and then I got my, you know, I just kind of put together my outfit, and I hired my friend Abigail. She did my makeup for it, which she slayed.
Yes, she
That
did.
was so cool.
Your freaking makeup was on point.
Yeah, it was really cool. She put diamonds on my face and stuff. I've never had that done before. I was like, yes, honey.
I keep it sweet enough to rot your teeth. You'll have to bite through the bone to get to me. My love, the juice in your mouth, that black cherry stain that you can't get out. Oh, you wanna bite, but it's not that simple. Fistful of sugar with a pin in the middle. Piece by piece of what I'm hiding in the dark. Take a bite of my black cherry heart. Of my black cherry heart. Of my black cherry heart. Ooh, yeah. Dark and sweet and full of secrets. You can try, but you can't keep it. Dark and sweet.
It was like glam Dark Angel. And so yeah, I mean, really low budget. Like I paid the videographer, went on Amazon, got a few of those props, put together my own outfit, paid the makeup artist. That's it. And then and then we just gallivanted through, and we shot the at the location. So it's very, very low budget. Everyone's like, it costs too much money. Like, nah, you could do it on your iPhone. I've been doing that with Meg. So
That's awesome.
just depends what you're looking for. But
Yeah. So talk to me about what you like the videos that you've done for Meg. So you've done all of it on your iPhone?
Yes, yeah. So for Christmas, for Christmas, my boyfriend Allie, he got me a gimbal, which is just a stabilizer.
Yeah,
And that thing is like the best tool you could ever need. That's all you need,
I agree.
really,
I have
to
one
make it
too, and I
smooth.
love it.
It's amazing. I love it. So I was like, let's put this thing to work. So she saw that I was, directing my own videos and just liked my creative, outlook on it. And I'm like, let's go. Because a lot of her videos are like performance. And I was like, let's take it up a notch, Meg. Let's do it. And, it was still performance. But, it had some walking shots and like, kind of building up something. So, and we went downtown on Printers Alley and I took my gimbal. You can change your settings. If you have an iPhone, you can put it in 4K. I
Yep.
don't know if people know that, but I didn't realize that till like last year. So you can shoot in 4K. So I put it on that setting, put it on my gimbal, and I did some moving, swirling shots and just kind of followed her with my gimbal. And that's all it takes, really. I mean, and I edited it on my phone too.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's definitely like a very low budget thing, but it looks great. It still looks great. Like it
Yeah.
just depends on what you're looking for. If you don't care about the like super crisp, like I mean, it's fine. Like, and that was she treated me to pad thai. Let's go. I'll do it. Like
Done. Done and done. Well, I think that's so cool because, like for
when she's
artists
my
that don't.
best friend,
Yeah, yeah, you're just
like
having fun with your best
let's
friend, eat a
go.
little bit of pad thai, whatever.
Go. Pad thai will get me to do just about anything these days. So Uh, so we did that first one for her and turned out great. Like there's cool effects. There's like things there's apps out there that you can get that are free, or you can buy one for like $5.99. I don't know. I mean, it's cheap and get some cool effects to make it fun. And you can literally edit it on your phone and export it in 4K on your phone. So
It's just, I love it. Well, and it just goes to show you that you don't need an entire production crew behind you to shoot quality content.
correct. No, you really don't. I mean, there's so many things out there there's so many resources and tools at your disposal that you can use now. I mean, the girl that I've been hiring for my pictures, like for content and stuff, and just photo shoots, she is an iPhone photographer.
That's
Her
awesome.
name's Nita, and she's awesome. And like I think I found her through Meg. She shot us at BB's for the first time, and I was like, I'm sorry, you just did this on your iPhone? Like, say what? And I mean, she has taken off in her career. She's the only iPhone photographer like in Nashville that I know of, and she promoted herself. She did TikToks on the consistent. I mean, her business is flourishing, and it's still like $80 for a photo shoot of like you get like 30 photos, and she edits them within the same day. She works fast, and it's like
Wow.
mind blowing. I'm like, go girl, yeah.
Yes.
She's killing it. So she's been taking a lot of my photos. Um, she took the photos at Exit. I don't know if you saw any of those, but she did all those. So
I did
that was
see those.
awesome.
They were fantastic. It just blows
Yeah.
my mind what, like on an iPhone. You don't have to
Yeah.
hire somebody with like, one of those like Nikon D3000, whatever the hell it is.
Yep.
That's
Nope.
so cool.
Like you can obviously tell the difference, but again, it all goes back to what are you looking for? Are you looking for like just content, lifestyle content that could totally be done on an iPhone?
Yep.
If you need like more high quality photos, like photo shoots in studio, well, that's a little different, but you can get by.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure.
There's so
Well,
much good quality.
instead of, spending a couple $100 on, having someone come out with their DSLR camera, have somebody do an iPhone shoot for live stuff and then, just save your pennies and dimes for the studio stuff.
Yep, exactly.
It's just
So
smart.
I've done a mixture of both. I mean, like for I just did, there's an amazing photographer in town. He does like wide angle stuff. Like he's really good at using a wide lens.
Yep.
I think it's a wide angle lens, but it's like the foot of my boot is like the focus and it's like shooting up. Like, I don't know how, whatever he does. And he has this light, it's like incredible photos. And I use him for certain things. Like, I just used him for like my next single, photo shoot for stuff. And, oh, it's so good, but it's totally different. So it's like, it just depends what you need and what you're looking for and what your budget is. There's so many different options out there. It's awesome.
Well, and I think that's really good information for a lot of our listeners who are, kind of new to the music industry and they're trying to get their feet wet. It's good
Yeah.
to know that you don't have to go break your bank account to get really good quality content, for your websites and social media stuff. Like
Yeah,
the more real it is, especially on socials, the more people relate to it.
absolutely.
That's awesome, friend. So cool. All right. Well, let's kind of shift gears for a second. So you're with Red 13 still, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they do all my production. Yeah, so they're my producers.
Right. So for all of the songs that you write, like you send basically, like, I mean, with COVID, I'm guessing, like, do you record your vocals at home and just send it to them?
So yeah, so the last time I actually went out there, what was it, last October? So COVID was still happening, but I flew out to Boston and did Black Cherry Heart. But that's the last time I've been out there. With Like We Always Do, that was the next single I put out. We recorded here with Brandon Wiggers, and he's been doing a lot of my production out here.
Cool.
And then, we're sending him, like, Brandon produced like 2 or 3 singles out here, and we sent it to Red 13 to do the final mix and master. So
Nice.
that's kind of what we're doing now with, like, budget wise and just, saving the trip.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's gonna rack up some pennies for sure, man.
Yeah.
So then, okay, so still with Red 13, and then you just, wasn't it last year that you got signed to that that songwriting publishing house?
Oh yeah. So yes. So they're called Cream Collective. It's a publisher basically for, like, sync placements, which is for TV and film commercials and stuff. So they found me in January.
Oh, cool.
They found Daughter of the Devil, and this girl reached out. She was the A&R for them, and she's like, "Hey, I really like Daughter of the Devil. Like, we'd love to add that to our catalog and consider you as an artist. Like, let's talk." And that's what a big resource is, having Red 13, because they can help guide the conversation. They know a lot of the business aspects. Like, I've never had that type of deal, so I don't know what to look for in a deal. And so that was kind of a 3-month back and forth negotiation with them. And we finally found a happy place where we're both just like, all right, we want you, so we're willing to, go to this type of deal. And it was perfect. I mean, it's just, they're so nice, and they accepted, like, all of my songs that are out right now, including unreleased songs, to add to their catalog. So
Sweet.
I haven't gotten a placement yet, but it's just good to be in somebody else's catalog who are pitching your songs to be in TV and film. So
Yeah.
yeah, and they're based in the UK. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, so they have kind of different ties to different companies, but fingers crossed. I'm just, I've got my hand in that hat, and then also another producer that I write with in town just specifically for sync. His name's Shay Watson, and he's awesome. And so I'm on their writers roster. They're a company out in LA. So anytime I write with him and we make the demo, he'll submit it, and we'll just see if they have a need for it, they'll let us know. So
That's awesome, friend. Congratulations on that deal. That's great.
thank you. Yeah, let's hope for a placement. I'm like, that would be so cool to get one in TV and film, and it's good money too. Like,
Yep.
it's good exposure. Like, it would be really cool to, like, turn on the TV one day and you hear
Your
your
song
song.
playing. That's
So
Yep, for sure. Well,
yeah.
I've heard from a lot of people that are in, the sync business, like, it does take a little bit of time, but
Yes.
once you get one placement, people start picking up on it, and then more of them roll in the door.
That's right.
Yeah.
Dude, I haven't even told you this. It might be premature, but I don't care. I'm still excited, and I'm not going to get my hopes up. But there's a recent development through my buddy Mark, and he knows the VP of marketing for Reba, and he was telling him about my song Leather. You're familiar with that one, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a song that I wrote with these two guys, like honestly, right when I moved to Nashville, and it's country singer-songwriter, story driven, and it doesn't go with any of my stuff, but I love the song and I sing it out, acoustically for acoustic sets and stuff.
Yeah.
And so he was telling me about it. And he's like, send me that song. I want to hear it. And so I was like, okay. And so he loved it, and he's going to pitch it to Reba.
Dude.
I know. So I don't know. Hey, she might not like it. So you never know, but it's that opportunity to even be in their hands. That's one step towards something. I don't know, but we'll see.
That is definitely a step in the right direction, because that song for Reba makes sense. So, girl, I'm just putting the good vibes out there, setting the intention. Like, that is beautiful. Good for you.
Thank you. I'm like, come on, Reba. I could just see it. Leather tour. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. But still, I mean, she writes a lot of story songs.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. He asked me to like add a bridge to it, because he thinks like he's like, I think it really needs a bridge. If you're willing to do that, like I really want to pitch this to her. So fingers crossed on that. You never know. Like, these opportunities seriously just come up whenever, randomly, and you just gotta just put your name in the hat.
Yep.
You always gotta just put your name in that opportunity, And so this is one of those. And we'll see. Until then, I'll still do my thing.
See, Jen, that's one of the things that I love about you. You are fearless as shit. You give no fucks, and you're like, yep, I'm doing it. Doing that too. Doing that as well.
Doing all of it. Yes. Well, I mean, it's just like, I don't know. It doesn't make sense for me to quit. I mean, like, I feel like I just started, and I just have the passion to keep going. Like, all the things that are related to our industry that, like, you and I, everyone that we do, whether it's performance, an opportunity for sync, like BGVs, I don't care. I want to do it. That would be so fun.
Yeah.
The experience, like, I don't know. Life is way too short. So, like, you might as well do everything that you want to do. Like, keep it. Like, go. Like, let's go.
Absolutely.
Go on a trip? Let's
go. Lauren Anderson and I were talking about, like, I had her on the podcast not too long ago, and we were talking about, things that happen in your life that kind of, they make you second guess yourself a lot. And as musicians, that's the nature of the beast. We're always going to be second guessing ourselves and, reevaluating and raking ourselves over the coals for that one chord that we missed or that one note that we didn't sing right. But it's so important that we continue to forge ahead and allow these opportunities to come to us and be just open and willing to go, yep, maybe I don't have that bridge for that song right now, but God damn it if I'm not going to write it. So I think that that's awesome that, you've got these opportunities, you've got all these irons in the fire, and one of them is going to land for you, Jen.
Man, I hope so. If not, I'm going to still do my thing. I mean, it's just like, it's so fun to do all of this. Like, yes, there are days where I'm just like, what am I doing? What am I actually doing? No, but there's like ups and downs to anybody's industry. Ours is very high risk, and a lot of unknowns. And it's always a grind, but there's definitely a part of me that enjoys the grind. I'm like, let's go. But there are days you're just like tired. I'm like, I don't. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I can keep doing it, but it's just a thought. It's a passing thought.
Yep.
Some people, it sticks with them. That's okay. Hasn't hit me yet, so I don't think it will.
I don't think it will either.
No. There's just so much more I want to do. Like, and it does take time. And you're just learn it all in one night.
That's it. Yeah. Well, and you're so good about creating opportunities for yourself. Like, for example, the house concert tours that you have gone on with Meg and Sheridan.
Yeah.
Girl, like, you've got that shit down to a science.
It's so easy, though. I think people are, like, intimidated by it. Like, obviously, the first one, like, we didn't know what we were doing, kind of. I mean, we had a guide, though. Like, there's a book out there. It was, like, how I made $25,000 in a house concert summer tour or something. I'm like, what? I'm going to read that. And my friend told me about it, and Sheridan and I were just like, I want to tour.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a band, but I want to tour. What about house concerts? Let's do it. So we tapped into our resources, like people we know. That's where you start. Don't just like random accidentally pick up a guy on the street. Hey, you want to do a house concert? No, just like that's a little dangerous. We've done one of those too, and that was not good. Anyways, it was not good. But seriously, tap into your own resources. Like, ask your friends and family, and they're gonna be like, oh, a house concert. Ooh, this sounds fun. Like, I want to host, and it's just so fun. Like, people just, it's like we've had like wine and cheese tours basically because everyone just we noticed like everyone just serves wine and cheese and charcuterie boards, and we are all about that. So that was the the food setting, and then we just like set up in their living room, and we brought the PA, they brought the peoples. It's really as simple as that, like making sure that the host brings their people, um and you kind of just work with them, be like, okay, they need to know that it's a donation based thing, like we're not getting paid for any of these. There's no guarantee, so
Right.
that's like the scary part when we went into it. But like then we realized how much more people are willing to pay and tip you
Mm-hmm.
at a house concert when they're right in front of you and you're literally talking to them about why you wrote this song. Like, it's just so much more intimate, and it's so amazing. Like, it's just like, yeah. It's an incredible confirming experience for me, because then it's just like we really got to the roots of our songwriting, and like we held this space where we could just be vulnerable. And a lot of places it's just hard to do that when you're like background music at a bar.
Right.
So it was incredible. We've done East Coast tour, West Coast tour, Ohio, Missouri, New Jersey, like we went everywhere. So we're planning another one. We're going back to Jersey with Meg this time, because the first tour was with just Sheridan and I
Yeah.
was actually playing for her. I forgot about that. I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
you
Yeah.
you haven't played her like guitar yet. So I learned her songs and like played for her. I was like, holy crap, that's so crazy how far. I mean, and then this girl's already, she's doing all the fun. She's doing amazing things. So we're gonna come back and bring Meg, and the three of us have our own style, and it's just fun. Like, we're all best friends, so like you see that on stage, and it's really good banter, and we have fun with it, and we just sing our songs.
That's awesome. Well, and I know
So
you guys have been down to Florida quite a bit too, right?
yes, we did a Florida tour, because like literally our network has grown so much. You did the first house concert with us at Virginia's. That was
Yeah.
our first ever one, actually, before we went on tour. So that was amazing. You played Cajon, and that was so cool. Oh my gosh. She wants to have us back, by the way. Anyways,
Just
several
let me
times.
know.
Yeah, I'll let you know. But we went to Florida a few times, and like through those house concerts, I think it was Virginia. She was the start of it. She goes, that first house concert. Hey, I have my sister-in-law in North Carolina. She wants to host you. I'll put you in touch. Oh, perfect. Okay. And then we literally did a sold-out show at her community center. It was like 300 people. That was
Wow.
amazing. That was Liz. And then Liz put us in touch with Lori, who was her sister-in-law, who was in Florida. And she's like, Lori wants to host you guys. I bet you guys could do stuff with her. Okay. And then that turned into a whole tour, and now we've been back 3 or 4 times, and we just stay with Lori. Like, she's like our Florida mom, and like seriously, she loves it. It's so fun. Um, those we played more venues out there than house concerts, but still, we're in Florida. Like,
Yeah.
let's go.
Of course.
Like, yeah. So those trips have been a lot of fun, but we sing our butts off, and we're still playing every night. I think we had like 6 shows in 7 days when we were just there.
Wow.
So it was a lot, but
That's
we
cool
took us to
though.
the, so yeah,
Well, I've seen a
so much
lot of the
fun.
pictures. The pictures are always beautiful. It looks like you guys are having the time of your life, even though you might be sweating your
Yeah.
ass off, but
Oh yeah. I mean, whew, but it's fun. I mean, it was so much fun, and we've just built this entire network across the U.S. of people who have become good fans, friends, family to us. And house concerts are definitely something that everybody should be doing, at least something. Even just supplement tours. If you
yeah,
have a day off, set up a house concert. Like, ask your
absolutely.
friends in a non-creepy way, like even your fans. I set one up in California, and she was a fan of mine, like who followed me on Instagram, and I checked her out like to make sure she wasn't this creepy like person, but no, she was like incredible. She made surrender cupcakes and teeter tot stations. It was so cool. She had all of her friends out, and she had a pool, and like she loved it. And now I've gone back there twice.
Oh my!
And she's become like such a good friend, just like person to be, in contact with. She's awesome. So you never know. It creates this huge network of a family that has your back.
Yeah, for sure.
They got your back.
That's awesome. Well, Jen, thank you so much for coming on the episode today and talking about just how to DIY everything and just forge your own opportunities. I think it's inspiring, and I'm so grateful for your advice.
Thank you so much for having me. I just hope everyone hears this as an inspiration, because there's so much that we can do ourselves, and I know the music industry is a very intimidating, high risk thing when you get into it, especially new, but trust me when I say there's so much that you can do by yourself, and just reaching out to people are more willing to help than you think. So
absolutely. Yep, you can't be afraid to ask.
Nope. Worst you can get is no. That's about it.
That's right, girl. Well, thanks again, and I cannot wait to see your face when I get back down to Nashville.
I know. Let me know when you're back.
Will do.
And good luck on your competition.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah.
It's going well. We're excited. It'll be a fun time. So
good. All right, girl.
All right. We'll see you later, girly.
Sounds good. Bye.
You never swallow me whole. Yeah. You wanna bite, but it's not that simple. Fistful of sugar with a pit in the middle. Piece by piece of what I'm hiding in the dark. Take a bite, take a bite, take a bite, take a bite. You wanna bite, but it's not that simple. Fistful of sugar with a pit in the middle. Piece by piece of what I'm hiding in the dark. Take a bite of my black cherry heart. 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 Of my black cherry heart.
Well, that was pretty badass, if I do say so myself. Thank you so much, Jenny, for coming onto the show and sharing all of that lovely, lovely wisdom. You can check her out at jennyteator.com. Links will be in the show notes. Thank you so much for listening. Please make sure that you like us and subscribe to all of the things. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, at Music on the Move Studios, and Paradox Jukebox on Twitter. Please, 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 if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, give me a review. And if you give me a review, I'll give you a shout out. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Thanks again, Erin McLendon, for this badass theme song, too. We'll see y'all later.